Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Kansas City Royals Rebuild here on MLB The Show 23. We are back. We are in May, trying to hopefully play on Mother's Day. I think that is the goal for today's episode, is to play this game against the Mariners on Mother's Day. We've had a very, very good month of May. After kind of an up and down month of April, a little bit slow start to the season. We do have a lot of wins in there, but still a little bit of a slow start, losing some games we probably shouldn't have. We came back with a fire, with a vengeance in the month of May, only losing one game so far, and that is the first game of the series against the Mariners. We play the third game of the series today against them, hopefully on Mother's Day. I looked it up at the end of last episode. I looked up the 2026, when was Mother's Day going to be in 2026, and it said May 10th. So I'm hoping that MLB The Show logic, calendar logic, applies further down the line than just a year or two. So we're going to see. If it's not Mother's Day, it's fine, but I was just hoping that it would be. So that's the goal for today's episode, is to play this game, and it's also a plus because we get to see Yuri Perez for the first time since we traded for him in the offseason. Is that when we got him? I am heavily thinking about trading for another starting pitcher, just because Perez just doesn't seem to be having it right now. He is coming off of an 8-15 season with a 4.96 ERA, and I was hoping that maybe with all this talent that we have around him, I was hoping that maybe he would have different luck, but so far through 7 starts, he's 0-2 with a 6.96. And he's allowed 10 home runs, 25 earned runs already. I mean, that's way too much in 7 starts. So Yuri Perez could take over as the long relief guy, because I think Asa Lacy is going to be the main piece that we trade to get another starting pitcher. And I'm not going to trade for a guy that's in the 90s, because I think that would just be too much value to give up in return for a guy that could, in theory, be a rental. So there was one guy, and it happens to be in the division, so I know that could throw some people off, but it happens to be in the division, a guy that we actually just played in the last series. We didn't play him in the game, but we simulated against him and beat him, and that is, in fact, the Minnesota Twins' Joe Ryan. 84 overall, 29 years old. He's having an okay season so far, 3-3 with a 4.7, and he's got arbitration for another year, so he's locked up at least for one more season of control before heading to free agency. But if we were to do this trade, I would give up Asa Lacy as the cornerstone piece, and look at how it already gets it down to that much value. And then the other guy that I would be giving up, I was debating between somebody else and Lou Walls, and I think I've already locked it down to Lou Walls. I'm not saying I don't like Lou Walls. I'm not saying that he doesn't have a future in this league, but he's already 28, and he's only a 76 overall. And we just have so much depth at the center position, with Greg Quintana already being a higher overall than him, with Elijah Green already being a higher overall than him, with Pete Crow Armstrong being 1 overall lower and being 4 years younger. So we have so much depth at the center field position, and even at the right field position and even left field, we have better players there. So Lou Walls is just kind of the odd man out, and they would agree to this trade. So I'm not going to do it right now. I think I'm going to save it for the deadline or close to the deadline. But that is just kind of where I'm thinking we go for this trade deadline move. There's also, we took a look last episode at the actual trade block, and Alexis Diaz is in the trade block. He's played in 10 games, 11 innings total, a 4.76 ERA, he allowed 5 home runs, 6 earned runs, he's blown 3 saves, 4 saves he's actually completed. So he's not having the greatest of years. I can see why the Reds are putting him on the block, and I could, in theory, be persuaded to make a trade for Alexis Diaz. And as you can see by our projection trades, if we throw something up in here, it's not going to take too much to bring him in. Like, if we did this trade, we have to give up Romeo Pineda and Danny Dietz. So it's not going to take so much to have him in there, and that would just give us another bullpen arm alongside Crochet, Coleman, Cabrera, Camilo Doval, and Jordan Romano. That would just give us another bullpen arm to count on in the postseason. So those are my 2 thoughts for possible trades at the deadline. or around the deadline whenever we get to that episode, which will be in a couple episodes because we're going to finish the month of May in this episode. Then we'll go to June and have our prospect showcase, so we won't focus at all on the big league club, and then we'll simulate the entire month of May or a month of June there. And then the episode after that is All-Star festivities and trade deadline. So we're only 2 episodes away technically from the trade deadline episode, which is always the good stuff. So keep that in the back of your mind. We're not going to do any trades today, but in the next couple episodes, 2 big trades might be happening to set ourselves up for the future in the postseason this year. Try to defend our crown. But we can't look forward to that because we have to be concentrating on the future of this team. And the future of this team is right now against the Seattle Mariners. Game 3. It's 1-1 in the series right now. Yuri Perez will take the mound against George Kirby. I really hope he's got himself a good pitching performance in him. We're going to change the Mariner uniforms. They're going to rock the... Should they rock the Griffies? The 87s? No. Let's rock the sleeveless. The alternate road 97s. Let's rock those ones. And we'll rock the powder blues. Kauffman Stadium is the site for Yuri Perez's on-camera debut. This is what we're going to be working with. Remember, in the last episode during simulation, Vinny Pasquantino got injured. So he's out for a couple of months. So Walter moves from DH to first base, and MJ Melendez comes off the bench to be the new DH. I could have had a couple other guys be the DH, but I've chosen MJ Melendez to be that guy. So our new 1 through 9 is Bo Bichette, Ellie De La Cruz, Juan Soto, Walter, Byron Buxton, Eric Morales, Melendez, Salvador Perez, and Bobby Witt as the 1 through 9. We'll get to learn the Mariners 1 through 9 as we get through the first couple innings, but that is going to be the team that we head into this game against the Mariners. Try to win the series 2-1 with Yuri Perez on the mound. This is the first time I've ever played with Yuri Perez in any game that he's ever been in, and that's not been many, but this is going to be an interesting test to see how good he is. He's not had a good season so far in simulation. Maybe we can change that when I actually get my hands on him. If you guys go and enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get this game underway.
Welcome inside Kauffman Stadium. The national spotlight is on MLB The Show's Game of the Week. It's the Seattle Mariners going up against the Kansas City Royals. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And we got a rubber match on our hands today, partner.
Yeah, the final game of a 3-game set. They've split the first 2, and regardless of how important a series is within the larger picture of the season, it's a game you want to get up for. Every series win feels good, so we should see a fun matchup in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go now. And today's starting pitcher, Yuri Perez. What do you look for here?
Well, you know this guy wants to be better than that. I mean, the ERA is bloated. He understands that he's got to put his team in a better position to win ball games. And at this point, you have to forget about your...
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've already got ourselves a full count against Jeff McNeil. That is the benefit and curse of playing on quick counts, and it's already a walk to Jeff McNeil. The leadoff man is on base, and we're in a hit-and-run situation, and we are playing on Mother's Day. I can see the pink bat handled by J.P. Crawford, so I got it right. I guess MLB The Show is pretty accurate with that. And we're in a little bit of a risky situation already. 2 batters have taken the plate, and 2 batters have taken the base. 55 speed Morales with no run-up is going to just lob that one to Bobby Witt. And Jeff McNeil will get from second to third on the sac fly. Matt Olson's on this Mariners team. Yuri Perez is in for a day. Yuri Perez is in for a day, and especially if he's not going to be accurate, if we're going to be down in the count most of the time, we are going to be in some serious danger as Matt Olson sends that one to right field. Thankfully, it hooks significantly more foul than he would have liked. But that is a bases-loaded walk for Yuri Perez. I'm a little bit worried. 3-2 to Julio Rodriguez, and J-Rod goes down swinging. Could not handle the heat from the fastball, and Yuri Perez has already gotten 29 pitches in the first inning of this one. Jake Fraley, Rake Fraley, sends that to left field, and somehow, some way, the Royals give up no runs in the first inning. The bases were loaded, and somehow Yuri Perez gets out of that. A huge strikeout on J-Rod, to get him out of the game. Oh, that could have been dangerous. That really could have been dangerous. And Bo Bichette gets us started on our half of the first with a leadoff single into left center. You love to see that. Big start to the game there for Bo. Now we've got ourselves Ellie De La Cruz, who's actually performing decently well, hitting 280. I'd like to see that up a little bit more, but I'd like to see his OBP up, obviously. I want him to get on base more so than he did last year. So if we can have that happen, that might not drop. Julio didn't really even have to struggle for that. I thought that was going to carry a little bit further to the right and drop. It did not. But now it's time for always dangerous Juan Soto, the MVP candidate. I don't know if he's in the MVP running early this year. He's got to be. Oh, that should have dropped. I needed that to drop, although that could have been ball 4. It was too enticing not to swing, just like this one is too enticing not to swing, and that one is going to follow the same fate. I'm early on that fastball, dragging it to the right, and it is foul territory. Back-to-back pitches. This one's not going to be, and 59 speed. I'm going to run on Julio's arm, and we should be able to get there safely. If it was a more accurate throw, it could have been more of a dangerous play, but not that accurate. This is actually the game of the week, by the way. I don't know if you guys just caught that with it in your face like that. Game of the week here, game 3 against the Mariners on Mother's Day, and Walter will stare at a cutter. That was a close call. The rookie of the year, the reigning, defending, undisputed rookie of the year in the American League, Walter will do just what Walter does when I play as him, and it's just popping up in the air. God, I suck with him so much. Why can I not be good with him? He's a good player. I know that his overall and his ratings might not make you think that he's a good player, but he simulates really well, and I don't even know what the count was. I was not paying attention to the count. I was thinking about Walter. Oh, Alex Bregman makes his way over to Seattle. Did I trade him here? We had Alex Bregman last season. Did I trade him here? I don't remember. I might have been. Who did I get for him then? Who did we get for... Oh, my God. I don't remember what we did in the offseason. We had Alex Bregman last year, as you saw by his 11-year career tenure. Houston, Kansas City, and now here in Seattle. JT Realmuto's here? What is happening with the Seattle team? They got Matt Olson. They've got Alex Bregman. They've got Jeff McNeil. JT Realmuto. This feels like the freaking all-star team from like 5 years ago. Oh, what a pitch and what a hit from Realmuto. Right back up into the middle. I thought I could get him chasing on that fastball down low. I didn't think he'd expect it, but he was ready for it. Joey Weimer's now up. Is it a hit and run? It is going to be a hit and run, and it bails drastically. You don't try a hit and run on Salvador Perez and not be able to complete the hit part of the hit and run. He swung wildly past it, allows Salvador to end the inning. And now it's time for the rookie. Hopefully, we get back-to-back rookies of the year, and it's Mr. Eric Morales winning it this time. Think about our farm system if we could have back-to-back rookies of the year. Technically, he didn't get grown in our farm system. We traded for him. But still, hey, he's a rookie, and he's on our team, so it counts. Morales gets another big hit, barely getting it past the outstretched glove of J.P. Crawford. And now it's MJ Melendez, somebody we haven't seen very much. He's kind of just fallen to the wayside with the additions of some other players we've brought up and traded for. So MJ back in the fold, at least probably since season 1, really. But he's back, baby. Only because of injury, but hey. He's back. It doesn't matter how you get there. Salvador, I apologize. I should have really just raked that ball. That one's on me. Only hitting 205. I think it's safe to say, unless Perez has a absolute bounce back turnaround here in the month of May and June, I don't think he's going to be making another All-Star appearance. As Eric Morales goes from first to third on that little liner down the left field side from Perez, and we got runners on the corners, and it's Bobby Witt, our second leadoff man. Come on, Bobby. Oh, Bobby. How is that strike 3? You cannot physically call that strike 3 when I didn't physically swing fully. Unbelievable. Full count to Bo Bichette. A BS strike 3 call on Bobby. And Bobby Witt. Oh, I almost killed Eric Morales there. That ball should have ended his life, maybe. Still a full count. Oh, I should have swung. Should not have swung. That should have been ball 4. Why am I doing that? Full to Bo Bichette. I can't believe I keep swinging at these pitches. None of those should have been strikes. Luckily, Bo Bichette will get us our first run of the game. RBI single into right field. Should have been bases loaded, though. I'll take the 1 run. I'll take the 1 run. We're now set. It's only the 2nd inning. How are they projecting us to win 70% already? That is going to get us bases loaded, though. De La Cruz takes a walk, and it's Juan Soto, bases loaded. Can we get some salami? Can I get some salamis in the chat? 1-1. Juan Soto, grounder. Big pop. I'm going to go around 2. It took a huge 1 hop on the first baseman, McNeil, and Soto's got 2 RBIs just like that. That should not have worked, but it did. Wow, what a 1 hop. That one rocketed past McNeil. Strike 2 on Walter. He's got runners on the corners. I really wanted that grand slam, though, that's for sure. I haven't hit a grand slam in so long. I don't know if have I hit one in this series? We've done what, like 4 seasons now? I don't know if I have hit a grand slam in this. I might have in the very first season. I don't remember, honestly. Walter will foul off that fastball. Still 1-2. We got to get ourselves a W on Mother's Day. It's got to happen. It's an annual tradition in my series to win on Mother's Day. Unfortunately, Walter, he cannot get any more runs across. But I'll take what we got. Top of the 3rd. Yuri Perez now has a 3-run cushion to work with here. We know that he has struggled the first couple innings. We'll see if he can kind of calm down, ease those nerves as we get deeper into this one. Grounder from Jeff McNeil to second base. De La Cruz fields it to first, and that is the numero 1 in the inning. J.P. Crawford, first-round pick in 2013. I always forget that he's a first-round pick. He had a lot of hype. He was a good player. I'm not saying he's not a good player anymore. He's still a fine player, but he was a really good player when he was in San Francisco. Him and Brandon Belt and all those boys that was winning those championships. Although he got there at the later part of that. Ty France, 3rd man up in the inning. 2 down, 1-2. Let's see if we can get him on a curveball just like we got Crawford. Get him on the curve. He goes after it. How was that not? So my swing was a check, and it got counted as a strike. But Ty France does almost the exact same thing, maybe even more egregious, and his is a ball. Bo Bichette with a tough play. Luckily, it's only 14 speed. Bo Bichette, that's why we signed you in free agency. For plays like that. The defensive maestro, Bo Bichette, makes an amazing play. That would not have been amazing, or as amazing, I should say, if he had more speed than 14. So we kind of got bailed by that. But I'll take it. And that was a very good inning from Yuri Perez. 3 up, 3 down. Didn't have to sweat, didn't have to pitch too many times in that inning, throw too many pitches. He did very good as Byron Buxton leads off the bottom of the 3rd with a single. And this Mariners team seemed a little sloppy. Seems a little bit sloppy. Sloppy. Eric Morales 1-1. Ooh, man, this umpire likes calling these on the edge of the strike zone. That is like the 3rd or 4th time he has called a pitch a strike like that. Starting to get a feel for where he likes to call the strike zone. Unfortunately, Morales can't go for 2 for 2. Crawford will make the play. But we got a runner on first. Melendez is up. He's got a 1-1 on him. Can MJ Melendez get us a run? He cannot. That's going to go to left field. easily taken in by Jake Fraley. And that's quick number 2. Salvador Perez. He's been clutch his entire career. Can you be clutch one more time? Keep the inning alive. Stares at a fastball, ball 2. He's on career RBI number 1,033. That's a lot of RBIs. That is a lot of RBIs. And he might have another one. No, he doesn't. It is going to drop for a single, but that is as far as it'll go. Buxton will go to second. Perez will go on to first. He does keep the inning alive, which is nice. Allows for Bobby Witt to have some redemption after that last at-bat where they called it strike 3, even though it clearly was not. Bobby Witt, oh, cutter in the middle of the plate, and I go very early. I was sitting fastball, wasn't I? I had to have been sitting fastball because that's the only way to explain it. I was ready to just crush that baseball. That one I do get a fastball drop. Oh, right in the glove of the right fielder. That should have dropped. That should have dropped, but it doesn't. Matt Olson, we got to be careful. He's already got 12 home runs. We're in May. Matt Olson's a stud. Absolute studly boy. Oh my God, that could be 13. Thank you, baby Jesus. It pulls just outside the foul pole for a foul ball, and we live to fight another day against Matt Olson. I'm going to go up in the zone against him. This could be very risky. Throw some stinky cheese. He goes after it, flies it to left field. Juan Soto goes after it. He's going to make the play comfortably. But I hate pitching against Matt Olson. I can never feel like I can be comfortable against him. He's just that kind of hitter. He's got that kind of aura around him. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that was 2-strike count. But not Juan Soto. That's our guy. Julio Rodriguez just stares right at it and doesn't even swing. Take the bat off the shoulder. And that's why they call him Rake Fraley. A solo shot to right field, and he gets the Mariners on the board. Number 5 on the season, 439 is the distance. 106.5 off the bat, exit velo. Honestly, did I put that in a bad spot? No, that's low and inside. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that's a bad spot. But to a guy like Fraley, I didn't think he was going to be able to have the torque to crank that one out of there. He proved me wrong. He gets the Mariners on the board, but Yuri Perez comes back with a nice at-bat, striking out the former teammate. Actually, he was never teammates with him. The former Royal, I should just say, Alex Bregman. And now we're back due up 1, 2, and 3 here in the bottom of the 4th. Man, the home run pitch is going to be super annoying if that's the only run the Mariners get. Bo Bichette will do what he always does and gets a leadoff single. Bichette's been super clutch since getting him on the team. Glad we paid that money, even though we had to do a little bit of finagling to get the infield the way we wanted it to. De La Cruz! Oh, I got a lot of that one. Come on, no! I got so much of that pitch. I wanted that to just keep on soaring to the stands. That felt such like a home run off the bat. And they're going to pull the starter, George Kirby. They're going to a relief pitcher, Prelander Berroa. Berroa? What a name and what a guy to pull out of the bullpen. Okay, this must be one of the guys from the draft, one of the recent drafts. And he's coming in to relieve George Kirby here in the bottom of the 4th. His first guy, talk about a first at-bat, you got to go up against Juan Soto. He does a good job getting him out, but still, that's pretty crazy. What a name. Prelander, hardly know her. Berroa. That's quite the name. I don't remember that name. I feel like I would remember that name if that was if he was in one of the draft classes. Maybe he's a real guy. Maybe he is a real guy. I don't know. He can't be though. I feel like I would know that name if he was a real guy too. That's just such like a unique name that I feel like I would know it. He doesn't look like he's got a face scan or anything, but that doesn't mean anything. Some guys don't have face scans. Let me just go to stats, box score, not box score, pitcher analysis. Can I see? No. Team select? No. What do I want to quick manage, I guess? No, wrong thing. I just want to see the dude. Okay, I guess we could go to Bullpen. Can I see the? I can see the opponent's bullpen, but he's not in the. Whatever. I'll just wait till he's back. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're back on the field here. Top of the 5th. Perez delivers a fastball. JT Realmuto sends that to the yards. It is 3-2 in Kansas City. Why do I always give up solo home runs? I feel like the AI teams never score on me unless it's a home run, unless it's a solo home run. That just, and it's in both series too. It's not just in the Royals series, it's in the Mets series too. Then the opposing team never scores on me like traditionally. They never get like a couple singles, and that, or if they do, it's a rare occurrence that it happens. It's always home run or we just blow them out. It's so crazy. McNeil, on the other hand, sends that to the gap in right center. Buxton does a good job to relay that in, so only allowing a double for McNeil. But we got to be weary of Yuri Perez now. His energy's dropping below half. We'll warm up Cabrera and we'll warm up Coleman. We're going to need some distance from these guys. I've been somewhat happy with Perez's day. He's been super inconsistent, which is kind of frustrating. But for the most part, he's got promise. He's got potential. He just needs to be consistent. I think consistency is his big problem, his big issue. That's what I'm judging from these first 5 innings he's pitched. And I think 5 is all he's going to go today. I think we'll try to lean. Please go foul. Please go foul. That's not going to go foul, is it? That's going to be a tie ball game. Yuri Perez will not even get the win if we pull him out in the 5th or for the 6th. That is unbelievable. That ball went fair. And now it's Matt Olson. Of all people, this is not who I want to face, with Perez kind of rocking himself from his confidence, but he does strike him out, so Yuri survives, but he gives up 2 runs to tie the game back up, and I think his day is done. Man, that sucks. I really wanted him to be at least in line for the win. Unless we get a run here in the bottom of the 5th, which is always possible, especially if Buxton leads off with a single. It's always possible that we could get a 1 run to get him back the win, but we'll see what happens. All right, maybe now I can go into the stats, player stats. All right, let me go to the Mariners pitchers. Here he is, Prelander Baroa. So he is auto-generated. He was in one of the drafts. He is 25 years old, 69 overall. He's pitched in 14 games, had 28 innings of work, a 7.07 ERA. Or at least that's what it says now. His ERA on the season is 6.91, it says. So he must have been in that very first draft in year 1 when we got Walter. That must have been, he must have been in there. I just don't remember him. I feel like I would know that name. 1-2, or 1-4-2 for Eric Morales on a 2-1 count. Make that 3-1. Eric Morales, the rookie we acquired from Detroit. Can he get it on base? Yes, he can. Eric Morales will get a single into left field. Runners on first and second. Nobody out to start the bottom half of the 5th. And now it's time for MJ Melendez. He's got a full count himself, so we could have bases loaded here. I'm swinging because, oh, I thought that was going to go for a big-time single. Have I been calling the first baseman Jeff McNeil? Oops. I apologize. Jeff McNeil's playing second base. I don't know what I'm thinking. For some reason, that just clicked in my head that I've been calling the first baseman. Ty France is the first baseman. I don't know what I've been saying. I apologize for that. They don't even look that similar. I'm just an idiot. All right, so we've squandered 2 at-bats with the runners on first and second. Bobby Witt's our last chance. If we want to have any shot at giving Yuri Perez the win, please get down. Please get down. Don't be the final out. It's the final out. Yuri Perez will not have himself a win today. That's kind of annoying. Genesis Cabrera comes in. Genesis Cabrera comes into this game, relieving Yuri Perez. Unfortunately, things happen, and we could not get the the win for Yuri. We got to focus on getting the win now just for us as a team. We do not want to lose this series 2-1. So one of the men that got the score for the Mariners is Jake Fraley. And he tried to do it again. Kind of a bad jump from Morales, but he's got enough speed to be able to get there and make the play. Buxton was on for it too. He realized Morales wasn't going to be able to get there. And now it's Alex Bregman time. Bregman will foul that one off. Makes it 1-2. Actually, it was already 1-2. And we'll see if Cabrera can get him out with the strikeout. Yes, he can. Strike 3 on Bregman. Cabrera has a good half of the 6th. We go bottom 6. We got to figure out a way to beat this man, Baroa, because he has had like 2 innings where he's just been dicing us up. We've been able to get hits. He's been doing like a bend don't break type of pitching performance, and I'm not here for it because he's been allowing a few hits every inning, but he's just not been allowing us to score the runs. He's getting clutch when he needs to. Another single to lead off an inning for Bo Bichette, which is always nice. Love to see that. And can Ellie De La Cruz join him on base? That one's going to send Rodriguez deep into center field, but he's got the glove for it. Oh, just imagine if that would have been a miss. De La Cruz would have been on third just like that. Unfortunately, Rodriguez is pretty fast. He was able to make the play. 1 down in the inning, and that was right down the middle, too, that slider. Soto gets a nice rip on that one into right field. I could send him. 59 speed is a little bit too slow for a play like that. But we got runners on first and second with 1 out, and the rookie of the year is up. Come on, Walter. You got a 3-1 count as well, so be patient. Okay. I didn't want to swing at that and then have a double play, because that's usually what happens. Is I swing at pitches like that and it becomes a double play. But I'll swing at pitches like that and it still becomes a double play. Unless 25 speed can beat the throw. Why is he only 25 speed? You've got to be faster than that, Walter. So it still became a double play no matter what pitch I swing at. JT, one of the other guys that had a home run in this one. I'll warm up Garrett Crochet as well, just to be on the safe side for the 8th. Although Real Muto gets on base with a leadoff single here. That's okay. That allows for double play opportunity, so we're still sitting pretty comfortable. Joey Weimer, they're gonna go hit and run, and he's gonna actually hit it foul. Okay. Man, I don't like these AI teams always going for hit and run situations. The CPU never used to do that. Unless they had like somebody super fast. Like 76 speed, you would never think would be a hit and run situation. They're going to do it again. This time it's just an actual steal. And Salvador could not gun him down because I threw a curveball. I got the strikeout on Joey Weimer, but I could not get the double play because I didn't expect another steal situation. On a curveball, you steal on me with... They're going to go again. It's another hit and run. It's a strikeout, double play, game over. Not game over, inning over. What is the Mariner offense doing? You've got a guy on base, JT Realmuto, who, to be fair, is one of the faster catchers in the league, but only 76 speed, and you're trying these hit and run situations with him? Especially from second to third, which gives Salvador Perez such an easier time to throw. And with a guy who hits lefty, I mean, that's a gun out every time as long as he doesn't make contact, and Jeff McNeil didn't. It was a strikeout, and it was a double play. So I don't know what the logic was in the base running there. Julio Rodriguez not fast enough to get that one. Byron Buxton will have a leadoff double to start the bottom of the 7th. That is awesome. That's exactly what we need because now that brings up Eric Morales, and Eric Morales has had a pretty good day today. 2 for 3 in a hitter's count. Morales, that is going to get past the shortstop McCrawford, and that's going to give us a 1-run lead. The rookie delivers in the bottom of the 7th. So right now, Genesis Cabrera is on tap for the win. I am going to get ready to put in Crochet. He's going to get scheduled to put in here. But the boys are back in front. 2 solid hits, and they think that Morales is going to steal. I mean, he's got, what, like 81 speed, so it's not out of the question, but I'm not going to steal with Morales, not right now at least. Although his steal is 90. I didn't realize he had that much steal. MJ, I'm going to give him full tilt, and he's got it. That's going to go into right field, past the diving glove of the right fielder, Weimer, and that's going to be an RBI double for MJ Melendez. Morales from first to home, and the boys are up 5-3. They bring in Seth Martinez. We finally cracked Baroa. We had not been able to hit him for like 2.5 innings, and we finally cracked it. And then once we did, the floodgates opened, and they realized they needed to pull him out of there before things got too dangerous, too out of control. They might still get out of control. That is the first out, though. Fraley fields there, flies out to... Salvador Perez flies out to Feely. I can't even speak. Salvador Perez flies out to Fraley in left field. Bobby Witt's up. 1-1 count. Still got that runner on second. Chance to get an RBI if he wants it. I know he's fiending for it. He wants it. Bobby Witt wants to have a good day today. He's 0 for 3. Got to get back on the right track, and he might do it right here. That's going to go into left center gap. Bobby Witt could have 3 here if he gets on his horse. Go, Bobby, go. Oh, I'm going to keep him at second. Keep him at second. Fraley even kind of bobbled it, but he just wasn't really, it wasn't the right time. I didn't want to get thrown out going from second to third. So that is going to be a 3-run inning so far. Bichette is back up. He's 4 for 4 today. Bo Bichette, oh my good baby Jesus. How did I miss that ball? I was too early. I could have smacked it. But I'm going to smack that one all on the floor. Bo Bichette beat the throw. Bo Bichette will be 5 for 5 today. Just barely beats the throw. It's a base hit, and Bo Bichette's perfect day continues. Talk about a hard-nosed run. And with a 3-1 count and runners on the corners, De La Cruz is up, and De La Cruz looks at a circle change called strike 2. Maybe a little off the plate, but it's okay. Because now we got a full count, and De La Cruz is going to get at least 1 RBI unless they go double play here. I am going to send both of them, but I'm going to go home with Bobby Witt, and it's going to be safe. So Elliot De La Cruz gets the sac fly RBI. It's now 7-3. This inning has been amazing for us. We've poured it on the Mariners. For some reason, the bats just woke up. The bats have just woken up here in the bottom of the 7th, and we've been able to figure it out. I'm here for it. We always have. Oh, that's going to be fair. That's going to be an 8th run. Juan Soto with an RBI single down the right field line. Barely fair. That just got over the bag. But this is what this team is. We struggle for the most part in the entire game, and then we just have like 1 inning or 2 innings where we just explode for all the offense, and then we're able to have good enough pitching to where we don't need to worry about it. But that's just what this team does. It's like a pattern. And Walter, that's going to be a single. We are just destroying the Seattle Mariners here in the bottom of the 7th. Are we going to bat around? Who started this inning? I don't remember. Was it Buxton? Did he start? I don't remember if he did or not. But he's going to come in, and Luis Frias. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I pronounced it. And Buxton is back up. Did Buxton lead off this inning? I don't remember. He's going to get a shot anyway if he did. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Can Buxton keep the inning alive? He'll keep it for another pitch at least. Full count. The pitch from Frias. It's going to be a walk. Buxton gets on base. And we've got Eric Morales, the rookie, with a chance to be even more of a hero. Morales puts that in the air, but not near deep enough. And that will be the last out of the inning. Mercifully, that is the last out of the inning. But we come in to this one now up 8-3. We're going to sit down Dylan Coleman, and we're going to warm up Jordan Romano just in case. But I'm thinking Crochet goes both innings. We'll see how many pitches it takes to get through this inning. But since this one only took 3, we're sitting pretty good. We might not even need to see Romano. But I think this is back-to-back games now. I think Cabrera was the pitcher that won last game as well. So that's just bad luck for our starters. where we kind of crumble there and then allow our bullpen guys. All of our runs and all of our hot stuff comes after the pitcher's already left the game, the starter at least. That's just how it be sometimes in these games. Matt Olson looks at a fastball, makes it full. This could be very bad or very good. There's no in between. It's going to be very good. The slider away gets Matt Olson looking foolish. And we go bottom 8 now. And I'm going to let Crochet go the 9th. He's deserved it. That was a really good inning, a very quick inning. So we're going to let Garrett Crochet pitch the 9th. At least to start the 9th. MJ goes down very quickly. First out here in the bottom of the 8th, not the top of the 8th, bottom of the 8th. Salvador Perez is up, and Salvador will miss on the slider. Strike 3, 2 down. And now it's time for Bobby Witt. Oh, Bobby. What can he do with nobody on and 2 outs? I was late on that pitch. I didn't know if I wanted to swing at that or not. I decided very last second to swing at that. But it's okay because I'm going to swing at that one. And Bobby Witt gets on base. You know what that means. Steal situation. Steal situation. Especially against a righty pitcher. For sure. I'm taking this bag. It's a 3-1 count as well. It's going to be a walk to Bo Bichette. De La Cruz will come up with 2 on and 2 out. Can De La Cruz add to our ever-growing lead? Ellie De La Cruz puts that into the right field territory, and we've got some fast guys on base. And Juan Soto at the plate. I get another chance for a grand salami. Put salamis in the chat, boys. I want to do it. 2-1. Soto puts it in the air. It's traveling. It's traveling to the warning track. Oh, it just dies. Oh, that's as close as you're going to get to a home run without actually getting a home run. Oh, of course. Of course I couldn't hit it. This is going to be a tricky one for Morales. He does have the speed to get there. First out here in the top of the 9th. We really came alive in that 7th inning. That was massive. A very massive inning because up until that point we were just kind of stale, stagnant, not really able to do anything. Baroa was having a really good day out of the bullpen. And the final out, how fitting that the final out could possibly be the former Royal, Alex Bregman. Now, to be fair, didn't really do much on the team. He was only there for a postseason bat off the bench. But he did get a championship out of it, so I guess he can't be too upset. He's now a 2-time or 3-time champion. Is he a 3-time champ? Was he on that most recent Astros team? He might have been. Royals win, though, 8-3. Yuri Perez, unfortunately, does not get the W. It is Genesis Cabrera who gets credit for the win. But the boys, I like the tie-dye glove style for Morales. That looks kind of cool. But the Royals get the victory here in Game 3 of the series. We win the series 2-1. 22 hits, most of them obviously coming in that 7th inning. It's about time we get those bats going. When those bats go, we are just unstoppable. It's just that simple. We are that unstoppable when those bats get going. We are maybe the best team in all of baseball when we're playing at our best. So we get the win on Mother's Day, and now we got to finish the month of May. So let's play this series against the Tigers. We lose the series 2-1. Not good. But we do take the first 2 games of the National Series, so we currently sit at 27-18. Guardians are right on our tail. That's going to be a tough, tough battle all season, just like it was last year. I think I'm going to keep these guys in for now. We don't know enough about them, so we're going to finalize that. And now we can simulate the rest of this. And we do sweep the Nationals, but we lose 1 game against the Tigers. So we had 2 series against the Tigers, and we actually split 3-3 with them, so that's cool. Series against the Reds, and we take 2 against them. We've built a nice little lead, 2.5 games. The Guardians kind of slipping so far. Sleep? Ooh, okay, so Felipe Dominguez looks like a little bit of a project. His overall's not going to be pretty high, but he's going to have, hopefully, B potential. And then we've got Guadalupe Perez, who doesn't look near as good as what he initially did. That's why he's scout, obviously. And then Terrell Lopez looks like a very speedy outfielder, 5'8". So kind of like Greg Quintana, I guess. You could compare him a lot to Greg Quintana. Mario Batista, let's scout him. And then we'll change you, and we will scout Caleb James, even though he's probably going to be gone before we get the possibility to draft him. We might as well do the due diligence and scout him anyway. Elijah Jackson, not really interested in him too much. Giancarlo Marquez, 6'3". I'm kind of intrigued, but am I intrigued by you more? No. We'll scout him, and he's got a nice beard, strong beard. All right, final week of May. Let's get this simulated. We lose one against the Yankees, but this has been a very good month. Very good month. Look at the amount of losses we've had. We've had 5 in the month of May so far. We've had such a good month. And now we play the Guardians. It's going to be a big series. We already beat them in this month. We swept them, which is why we have that 2.5 game lead. This is going to be a big series to end the month. And we lose 2 of 3 so far. So they are now a game and a half back. Of course. But it's another scouting day, and we are going to let these guys continue. And we'll finish that up. We lose. Wow. They really closed the gap that fast on a 4-game series. Is that how it's going to be this season? We're just not going to be able to beat the... We're just not going to be able to beat the Guardians this year? That's what it looks like. I will simulate a little bit into the month. You know what? I'll simulate to my birthday. My birthday is June 9th, so I'll simulate to that point, and then we will stop the video here, and next episode will be the Prospect Showcase, the Minor League Showcase, so we'll get to that. We won't focus on the Major League team at all. We'll focus on the 2 minor league systems, or minor league teams in the system. Let's simulate the Rays series. Huerta looks like he's back. That's good. That's a huge series against the Rays, because that gives us a little bit more of a cushion. The Guardians must have tripped up a little bit. This is really going to be a 2-horse race again, just like it was last season. It's going to be us and the Guardians, because it seems like the Twins and Tigers are not going to really matter too much. And we have taken the first 2 against the A's, 3.5 games up. We know 95% on Mario Batista. He looks like the real deal. It's just a matter of if he's there at the pick, because we picked the final pick the first round. So I doubt that he's going to be there, but he looks like the real deal. Looks very good. I don't really want to go for closers, because we know closers are more than likely going to be good. That's usually what any draft class in MLB The Show has, good closers all around. We could go with a guy like Felipe DaCosta. I'm kind of intrigued by him. He looks like a very good contact guy, but his overall initially is going to be pretty low. I'm curious about him. We'll go for him, and I'll keep Caleb James and Giancarlo Marquez just to finalize what they have, what they know. We are coming up. We got about a month left to go in scouting before the draft, so we are coming up on that. We sweep the A's, so we are on a huge 6-game win streak right now, and that's given us a 3.5 game lead over the Guardians. As we end the episode, we're sitting kind of comfortable. Sasaki's getting back on track. Peralta's been a huge signing, or trade, whatever we did for him. Logan Webb's been a huge signing. Brady Singer's been a stud. Yuri Perez has started to slightly figure it out a little bit more. And then in the lineup, we're still waiting, obviously, on Vinny Pasquantino to come back. The Rookie of the Year is getting a little cold. How's Morales doing? Oh, Eric Morales. He's having a good season. I really hope that he is in contention. Are we in contention for any awards right now? Altuve leads MVP votes. Cy Young is Jack Leiter. Okay, very interesting. Batting title, Altuve. We don't have a reliever of the year, but look at that. Eric Morales leads Rookie of the Year votes so far. We could have back-to-back Rookies of the Year. I would love that. I don't think we're in contention for anything else. Salvador Perez actually in contention for Gold Glove. And then Elliot de la Cruz, Gold Glove, third base. He's playing second base. Anybody else? We got Bo Bichette, possibly shortstop. And then nobody in the outfield, but we have a couple Silver Slugger opportunities. Okay, so we have it's still early in the season. We're only in June. We still have a chance for some awards. Maybe somebody could get hot and get a... Why is Ryan Nelson wearing a Royals uniform? I don't know what's going on there. It confused me for a second. Maybe we can have a hot season and get an MVP. Probably not, but you never know. It could happen. That is going to do it for the episode, though. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Next episode will be the Minor League Showcase, where we take a look at all of our young talent, or at least the promising young talent like Frank Mazzucato, who's having a really good year. Wow, he is having a really good year. 9-2 with a 3.42. I'd like to see the ERA drop a little bit, but he's still having a pretty decent year. And then we take a look at all these guys. We watch them. We see how good they do in their games. And we kind of get a feel for who some of the future of this Royals roster could be. So we'll probably follow the day of like Pete Crow Armstrong, maybe Herbert Don, because I'm very interested in him. We just drafted him. So I'm very interested in seeing how he does. Definitely I want to see more of Antoine Huerta. Probably a little bit of Danny Dietz, maybe a Rolando Batista, although Rolando's only a 49 overall, so maybe not him. But we got some interesting prospects we can take a look at next episode. We've followed Elijah Green enough. We've followed some of these other guys a little bit enough, so we know what we have in there. Maybe want to give a little bit of a look to some of the guys we haven't really followed, like a Herbert Don, because he just got here, or a Danny Dietz. So that'll be up for the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like. And thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.